This is the opening lesson of the second semester for Honors European History, delivered on Monday, January 24th, 2022. And we have just seen Ben Shapiro's video on what Orwell got wrong in his novel 1984. And it's the first of two videos that are going to be used as a discussion prompt for today. Now, why are we seeing this? Actually, the ancient students are also seeing these two videos because we're about to do the fall of the Roman Republic. And if you remember from last year, the American Republic being based upon the Roman Republic means that if the Roman Republic can fall for similar reasons, so can ours. You guys have just studied the early age of industrialism to an extent, and you appreciate the thoroughgoing trauma that the new industrial society has. And that trauma produces the most powerful ism of the modern era, which is socialism. Socialism in its various forms, from communism to social democracy to national socialism to fascism, all of these various iterations of socialism have certain things in common that we are going to study. And these isms, these fundamental bases of socialism, are at fundamental basic odds with the Enlightenment philosophies that are underpinning the American Republic. Enlightenment philosophies, when wedded with Judeo-Christian values, produce notions of the value of each individual as being inestimable, of priceless value are each of us. And the notion of natural rights, of inalienable rights, of the primacy of freedom of conscience, whether expressed through speech or religion or whatever, and the right of the individual to protect himself against his own government, which is what the Second Amendment is all about. The Second Amendment, which allows us the right to keep and bear arms, is not about hunting, nor is it even about protecting yourself from criminals. It is to provide the citizenry with a plausible threat to government if government ever decides to tyrannize us. That's what it's for. Read the Federalist Papers. Read the works of the founders. But socialists, being an industrial age philosophy, socialism extols different virtues. Utopianism, the belief that we can, by dint of will, by an effort of imagination and self-discipline and public discipline, build consciously, intentionally build a better world and build a better human being to live in it. Which every pre-industrial religion and philosophy would laugh at the notion that we can play God with ourselves, that we are wise enough or smart enough or capable enough to look at our own humanity and say, well, we got to tweak these things to make a better person and a better world. That's hubris. That's the kind of thing that would get Poseidon to lay the smackdown on you if you were traveling from Ilium back to Ithaca. Don't do that stuff. But all socialism, whether it's evolutionary socialism like American progressivism or European social democracy, or revolutionary socialism like communism or fascism or national socialism, all of these forms say we can build a better world by trying, by being smart and by being virtuous. Echoes of Robespierre there. The second thing is that socialists are fundamentally materialists. The human mind, the human spirit, the human soul, find them in Gray's Anatomy. Find them on a body chart. You can't. Because if it ain't matter, it don't matter. Only the material world exists. And therefore socialism, which is born in the crying out anguish of human beings suddenly in an unprecedented new industrial society, socialism offers solace to the body. Food, shelter, medical care. Even in Cuba, a right to sport. You have a communist right to engage in sports. So, in the name of protecting all within the society, socialists promise a utopia of material plenty, from each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs, where nobody starves, where nobody is left on the street, where nobody is left to die for lack of medical care, where everyone's physical needs are taken care of. That's the utopia. And the only way to do that is to achieve the kind of political power that no one can say no to. If you want to understand totalitarianism, imagine a city without doors or windows or curtains or shades. Imagine a language without the word no. Only when you have that kind of power can you make utopia. That is why socialism, whenever it takes a revolutionary form, always results, without exception, in countless numbers of civilians murdered by their own government in peacetime. Because like building a topiary or carving a sculpted bush or tree, you can kill your way to paradise. You can prune humanity of its cancerous, evil, anti-revolutionary elements, and only the new socialist man will remain. The next video is it's entitled "Why Do Good People Follow Bad Mandates?" Now, this is not a slam at those students whose family chooses to wear masks or to follow the notion that the government's shutdowns and mask mandates and vaccine mandates and all this other stuff is a good idea. That is not what's being debated. What's being debated is the human capacity to obey authority slavishly. And the human capacity to obey authority slavishly is something that all revolutionaries count on and all free people must watch. So, would you get the lights, please? Thank you. So, the second video